Hey, it's Vicky, and today I am vlogging. I'm actually gonna try to vlog all week long. It's Monday, February 13th. And yeah, I'm gonna try to just vlog all week and just do a general, like, this is what I'm reading type of vlog. So there's no theme to this, or like, you know how I tend to do my little like projects, experiments, whatever. This is just like a straight reading vlog. I thought I would just kind of vlog Monday through Friday this week and just share with you guys what I'm reading and just sort of like hang out. Because this week is a pretty standard week, other than like we do have Valentine's Day tomorrow. And then they don't have school on Friday for midwinter break. So yeah, I'm just gonna read and talk to you guys. So what am I reading? Well, I am almost finished with, I have about 100 pages left of Instructions for Dancing by Nicola Yoon, and this is a YA romance, I would say, which is so not me. Usually when I read YA, it's horror, but I really wanted to read this because of the dancing element, and I do think it's a good story so far. I do wish, though, that it had more of the dance stuff in it, because you kind of got hit with it in the beginning when she like meets the love interest of the story, when they kind of first meet and have to like dance together, and then there's like 100 pages of no dance talk at all. It's like that whole plot point completely dropped, just dropped, and it was like focusing on the main character. Her name's Evie, like her relationship with the new guy, and with her friends, her little friend group, and with her family. And so like the dance stuff totally went off, you know, was on the back burner totally. And I wish it hadn't done that. But now it's getting back into the dancing part, so I'm liking it. And so yeah, for it being a teen romance, I am enjoying it, surprisingly. So I will definitely be finishing this week, because I only have like 100 pages left. So, and then I'm listening to Bonk by Mary Roach on audio. And this one I'm about a third of the way through it. I'm like 100 pages in. Yeah, about 100 pages in. And I'm not sure about this one. I'm considering DNFing it, but I'm going to give it another day or two before I decide. Mary Roach is interesting because her books are interesting because she picks like one topic and kind of does a book about it. And so like the last book I read of hers was called Stiff, and it was all about human cadavers, and that was really interesting. This one is all about sex and like how scientists kind of like figure out how sex works like physiologically. And so it's like, it's interesting, like the subject matter is interesting, but the way that she's writing it, I sometimes like zone out and lose interest. And then because it's very like info dumpy, like she will just like quote something else, like some sort of source that she found in her research, and just sort of dump that on you. And then of course she puts a lot of her like little humor into it. And sometimes it lands and it gives me a chuckle, and then sometimes it makes me roll my eyes and I'm like, okay, can you just stop trying to be funny? Because you trying to be funny is not funny. You know what I mean? So I don't know how I feel about this book. I feel like I might want to DNF it. So, which sucks because it is an interesting topic, but I don't know. It's just not really, I'm not sure it's really working for me. So we'll see in the next day or two if I'm going to stick with this. And then on my Kindle, I'm reading this very strange book. It's called oh my God, what's it called? The Light of the Fireflies by Pete Penn. It's like an alliterative name like that. Anyway, it's very strange. And it's like one of those books where you're kind of like dropped into the story and you don't know anything, and neither does your narrator. They are very much in the dark as well, because the story's told through a little boy's eyes and his family. They are living in this basement. And he's always lived in this basement. He was born in this basement. And he doesn't know why. But this is just like his life. So he's like, okay, I'm cool with it. This is my life. And his family, it's his parents, his brother and sister, and his grandma. And his parents and his grandma and his sister, they have burns on their bodies, especially in their faces. There was some sort of fire, and it left them scarred, literally. And you kind of get the feeling like that event had something to do with why they're living in this basement. So you're not really sure like what's going on in the rest of the world, because all he knows is this basement. And it's just really strange and dark, and like and I'm to the point in the book where some things have come to light. The boy has learned some things. You never know his name, but he has learned some things, and they're pretty shocking, disturbing. They've shook him up quite a bit. And now, and it's like, I'm like halfway through the book, it's going back in time, and you're gonna find out, I'm assuming, what brought this family to live in this basement. Like, why are they here? What happened? So it's gotten pretty interesting. So yeah, I'm hoping to maybe finish this one this week too. We'll see. I read this one at a really slow pace because I only read it at night, like when I come upstairs to go to bed. So typically I read maybe 5 to 10 pages before I pass out. So it's been a slow go. Just only for that reason though. It's not because it's boring or anything, but it is a dark, weird, mysterious story. So yeah, that's what I'm reading this week. And then yeah, as I finish stuff, I will start other books and we can talk about those. But yeah, so today's Monday. The kids are at school. Hopefully it's a good week. The kids have been sick, which I feel like has been the norm since school started. I feel like one of my kids has always been sick since September. It's been a very long winter. It's been very frustrating. I am over it. I'm at that point in winter where it's like mid-February and I'm like, I'm done. I'm done with being cooped up. I'm done with everybody being sick. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it, and I'm ready for spring. I definitely have like the midwinter blahs going on right now, and luckily today it's gonna be in like the high 40s, which is like, woo, warm here. So hopefully we will be able to get outside a little bit and get some fresh air. I'm planning on cracking my windows and letting this place air out a little bit, because like I said, it has just been like germ city around here and it's been rough. So, but from what I hear, that's been the case for a lot of families. So at least I don't feel like I'm alone in that, but it doesn't make it any easier. So yes, so hopefully we have a good week. Hopefully everybody stays healthy. I'm probably jinxing myself now. I probably shouldn't even say that. I'm not even gonna say that. All right, so I'm gonna go. I'm gonna probably do some housework right now and listen to, see what I can, oh God, I just bopped myself in the face. See what I can get through of this. And decide if I'm gonna stick with it or not, and I'll check in with you guys later. So I have been reading for the past little bit. I got all my chores and stuff done for today, and the book I've been reading though, I can't tell you what it is because it's actually for my 100 Epic Reads vlog series. It's the next book. So obviously I can't tell you, I don't want to tell you what it is. The only thing I will say, it is the longest book I have ever read in my life. It's a big one, so it's gonna be a while before that vlog pops up, but yes, I am working on that. But I did read a little bit from Instructions for Dancing. I don't really have much to report on that. I probably won't report anything on that until I actually finish the book, which will maybe be tomorrow. I don't know, but I have decided I'm gonna DNF bonk. I listened to another chapter while I was doing my chores, so it was another, like, I don't know, 30 pages or so, and it's just not holding my interest. I don't know. I'm disappointed because I really thought I would like this, but I don't. So I'm gonna DNF this. I'm gonna donate this book to like a free little library or something. So that means I have to figure out a new audiobook. So I'm gonna like peruse my TBR shelf and see if I can find one that I physically own that I can listen to, because I want to get that TBR number down. So once I figure that out, I will let you guys know. But I thought before I went and picked the kids up from school, I would share what I got them for Valentine's Day, because tomorrow is Valentine's Day, and the gifts, or one of the gifts, is bookish. So I thought I would share what I got them. Let's see. So, well, first, okay, I got my husband because he loves his chocolate. Oh my gosh, it's sticking to the bag. Hold on a second. So he's very easy to please. He likes his chocolate. So I just got him this assortment of chocolates. Yeah. And then each of the kids, I try not to get them too much candy just because, but I got them each a Reese's peanut butter heart because I thought those were cute. And then they both really love M&Ms, so I just got them a little tube of those. But then I got them each a book because I swear every holiday where like gifts or anything are given, I always get them a book because any excuse, right? So I got Leia, the Babysitter's Club, The Truth About Stacy, this is the graphic novel version, but she's been reading these and like checking them out from like her school library and stuff, so I'm just like all excited. And this one, as we know, I think most people know, spoiler alert if you don't, sorry, that Stacy's big secret is that she has diabetes. So yeah, so I got her this one just because I don't think she's read this one, and she's been liking these books, and she kind of reads them out of order, so it doesn't really matter. I don't remember ever reading the Babysitter's Club books in order either, so I don't think it matters. And then Hunter, he has had this resurgence for Peppa Pig. He liked Peppa Pig when he like was maybe like 3 or so, and now all of a sudden he's back into watching Peppa Pig. So when I saw this, I had to get it for him. So and it comes with stickers, so he'll be really excited about that. So yeah, that's the books that I got my kids for Valentine's Day. And then Austin, actually, I have him on the table. He actually got me some flowers yesterday while he was out and about. So I'm pretty sure that's my gift, and that's fine. We don't really go big on this holiday. It's kind of a whatever holiday. But he did get me flowers, which was sweet. So yeah, I'm just gonna continue reading. I have an ASMR on right now. It's a spring one, if you can hear it. Let me flip and see so you can see what one it is. So this is a ASMR. It's a spring one, but the channel on YouTube is Alley of Ambience. Wow. I love this channel. They always do really good ASMRs, and I wanted a springtime one because, like I've said, I am over winter. And so this one is a spring one, so it has like bird songs and like a fire crackling, so it's great. I love it. So yeah, I'm just gonna keep listening to my ASMR and imagining that it's springtime. The current temperature is 49 degrees, which in February in Michigan is amazing. So yeah, we are definitely gonna get outside today. I don't care if I have to drag my kids outside. They are going outside. Although yesterday it was like this, and they both were like riding their bikes and stuff. That's how we do it in Michigan. If it gets like above freezing, we're like, yeah. So we're gonna enjoy the weather later, come hell or high water. But for now, I'm gonna keep reading instructions for dancing and enjoying my spring ASMR, and I will check in with you guys later. So it is Tuesday, February 14th, Valentine's Day, and I just got back from a lunch date with my Valentine for life. We went out to lunch for Valentine's Day, Austin and I, while he was on his lunch break from work, so it was nice. Yeah, and I have a reading update. So last time I checked in, I had DNF'd Bonk, and I decided to go with a new audiobook, and I'm gonna be trying out Burial Rites by Hannah Kent. And I started it, and I listened to the first chapter. So I'm not sure how many pages that was, but this one takes place in Iceland. And it is based on a true story about this woman who was convicted of murder, and she was told or whatever. She was supposed to be executed. But while she was awaiting execution, oh my God, I can't talk today. While she was awaiting execution, she was sent to live with this family on this, I want to say like this farm or something. And so they have to live with her and and they get to know her and see that, you know, there is more to her than just being this like murderess or something. I don't know. I've heard that this is like really beautifully written and all this stuff, and that's why I initially wanted to read it. And then I thought it would be good because of the setting and everything. I was like, ooh, this might be a good like wintertime read. Sorry, that was my reminder to put my dinner in the crock pot. So yeah, I think this might be a good winter read. I'm gonna give it a try. So far I like it. And then I did finish Instructions for Dancing, and this book there was a lot more to this book than I was expecting. I was expecting going in that it was just like this kind of teen romance about these two kids that meet while taking a ballroom dance class, and that is what it is, but there's a whole lot more to it. And it actually was a really emotional read, especially towards the end, and it, like I said, just sort of hit me emotionally, and I wasn't expecting that. I was expecting like a more lighthearted sort of story, but this was really good. It talks a lot about love and how you should, you know, in many ways when you're talking about love or reflecting on love, because this is a very much, our main character, she's very concerned and worried a lot about love ending. So she's like hesitant to start relationships. When she sees other people in relationships, she's like kind of going right to like, oh, well, how are they going to break up? A lot of that stems from her parents divorcing, and she's obviously very hurt and upset by that. And so like her kind of faith in love has just been put to the test, and she doesn't really believe in it so much. And this book it was so good because it was like so much about how you can't, even when a love ends, let's say you're in this relationship and you break up, you can't say that it was all a waste of time, because at one time you really did love that person, and you really need to focus on that fact that like it wasn't all bad, and even though it ended, it was real. Your love for that person was real, and you shouldn't like discount that because it didn't last, because it was real. It meant something to you at that time and that sort of thing. So it's just really profound. Like I was just really surprised. And then the other thing that I was surprised about was, and it says it in the blurb, so I don't know how I missed it, but there's also kind of I guess you could kind of call it magical realism a little bit, because our main character Evie has this gift that she sort of gets at the beginning of the book, where when she looks at a couple, if they're kissing, she sees their relationship in like flashes and like visions. She sees like how the relationship began, how it's going, and then how it's going to end. So it all kind of ties into love and its phases, and it was really good. The only thing that I wish this had more of, and I think I said this in my intro, was that I wish that the dancing aspect was weaved more throughout the story. You got a chunk of it in the beginning, and then there was a huge chunk in the middle where there was like no talk of the dancing whatsoever, where I was kind of like, okay, did we forget about the whole dance plot or what? And then it kind of picked back up again at the end, where I wish it sort of would have been woven in there, like had them practicing and stuff as they were like getting to know each other and that sort of thing, or have all of the other sort of like family stuff and friendship stuff, just life stuff interwoven with the dance stuff, but it wasn't like that, and I kind of wish it had been. So I'm gonna give this 3.5 stars. I would have given it 4 if not for, like I said, the lack of dance stuff. The way it was just not like spread more throughout the story. I definitely think, because I've read The Sun Is Also a Star by Nicola Yoon, and I have to say I think I enjoyed this one more. I really liked it. So if you like teen romance with like a teeny tiny touch of magic, I guess, check this out. But no going in, it's not as lighthearted as you think. It's not, but it has some really great themes just about love and relationships. And yeah, I walked away with, you know, it being a little more deep than I was expecting. So it was a nice, pleasant surprise. And since it's Valentine's Day, I decided, since I finished Instructions for Dancing, I wanted to try to read another Valentine's centric book. And I actually read this book when I was a kid, so it's a reread, but I have to do it. I have to read this book because it's Valentine's Day. I'm gonna start it today. I probably won't finish it today, but I'm gonna read Broken Hearts by R.L. Stine. It's a Fear Street book centered around, I think if I remember right, it's like a killer and it's around Valentine's Day or something like that. It should be really fun. I'm really excited to pick it up. I was probably in like maybe 5th or 6th grade when I first read this. So, but I purposely bought this book for the nostalgia, and I knew it was one I wanted to reread, and I figured now is the time with it being Valentine's Day. So yeah, I am going to sit down and dive into Broken Hearts. So I'm upstairs hiding in my room, folding laundry because my kids are officially on midwinter break and they are amped up. So I did not do a check-in yesterday on Wednesday because I just didn't really have anything to report. It was just like an average day. Reading was just whatever. But now I do have some things to report. Firstly, I went to Target today and I got 2 things for myself. I wanted to get, because they have like their bathing suits out already, and I wanted to get a pair of black bottoms that are like shorts because I don't know, I just feel more comfortable wearing shorts at, you know, when I'm in a bathing suit situation as opposed to like briefs. I don't know, I just always feel like my butt's hanging out in briefs, even if it's not, and it's just, I want to do shorts. And then I got these jeans that I've really been struggling with the jean trend lately because I've been wearing skinnies for like 10 years like everybody else, and now it's moving to this new trend, and these are high-rise tapards. And my problem with like straight leg jeans or flared jeans, boot cut jeans, whatever, whenever those have been a trend, I struggle with them because I am short and it's hard to find those type of jeans that are the right length. With skinny jeans, even if they were a little long, I could just tuck them or roll them and it would look fine. But anyways, I got these. They have holes in the knees also, which I don't know if I love. So I don't know if I'm gonna keep these, but I figured I'd bring them home and like try them with, because I was wearing like winter boots when I tried them on, and I want to kind of try them on with like my Birkenstocks and stuff because I feel like they would look good with Birkenstocks, but they're like, you know, like wider legged, but they're high-waisted still, which I really like. I like my high-waisted pants. So yeah, that's what I got at Target. And then the other thing I wanted to talk about before I talk about my reading update, and I'm going to try to talk and fold at the same time, and also not show you my delicates I have in this basket. I don't want you guys all seeing my underwear. But I noticed via Instagram the other day, because you know how Daisy Jones and the Six has an adaptation coming out on Prime? I think it's on Prime. And you all know, well, you might not know, but I loved Daisy Jones and the Six. It was a 5-star read. I loved it. And the thing about it that I really loved was the whole, like, this band making an album. They make this, like, iconic, amazing rock album, and then they break up. And the way that the book was written, even in the back, there was, like, lyrics and stuff. And I was like, oh my gosh, I would love to actually hear this album. Well, apparently for the movie, if you go on, like, I went on Apple Music, because I saw it, I think I saw it via Reese Witherspoon's Instagram, because she's, of course, involved in the project. They are creating the album Aurora, and it's, like, on Apple Music, but they've only released 2 songs. And so, I am, like, so excited. And the 2 songs that I heard, what are they called? Let me pull them up really quick. They're pretty good, I have to say. There's 2 songs, like I said. One's called Look at Us Now and Regret Me. And I don't hate it. I don't hate it. So I'm kind of excited. I don't know if they're going to release like a song leading up to the premiere of the adaptation, which I think is in March. But yeah, I'm excited and I'm liking it. So I just wanted to know if any of you guys have also been listening to Daisy Jones and the Six. But anyways, reading update. Okay. I don't really have anything to report on Burial Rites or Broken Hearts, my Fear Street book I'm reading. But the one I'm reading on my Kindle, The Light of the Fireflies, has me a little perplexed. Because I think I said in the intro, I was to the point in the book where it was going back in time and showing you what happened in the past. Like, it was like 10 or 11 years in the past. And what led this family to their current situation. And so you're learning about this family and what happened to them. And I'm underwhelmed by it. Like, I was expecting, like, oh my gosh, this, like, I don't know, this big, like, crazy reveal, and, like, what it's revealed so far, I'm kind of like, that's why they're hiding in the basement. And, like, some of the decisions that they made, that, I mean, we're still kind of getting through, like, what led them all to be in the basement and everything, but, like, their initial decision, I was kind of like, that's what made you, and it just makes you really dislike this family even more, because, like, I just, without spoiling it, like, I just can't understand doing something like what they're doing. Even putting myself in their situation, I'm like, I still would not do what they are doing. If that makes any sense. So, but it's like, so it's kind of disappointing, and I'm kind of not loving it, but I'm like 60% through the book, I think. And I do want to know the full story. Like, I still am intrigued and want to know the full story. So I'm going to finish it. But yeah, that little kind of like backstory twist or whatever, I'm kind of like, okay. So, tonight, Leia has basketball practice, and Austin and I take turns taking her, and it's my turn. So I'm actually going to take my Kindle with me so I can read, because, you know, I'm going to be on the go, technically. So I'm going to take that with me and read more of that book and figure out what's going on with this crazy dysfunctional basement dwelling family. And yeah, that's about all I know. So, yeah, so far it's been kind of a weird week. My sinuses are not happy right now because we went from, like, the beginning of the week, it was like on Sunday, it was like 30 degrees, and then it was like 50 degrees for 2 days, and now we're back down into the 30s, and then tomorrow it's going to be in the 20s, and my sinuses are like, what is happening? And they're not happy, and I don't know if it's the weather. I hope it's the weather, and not that I'm coming down with a cold, because I've had enough of that crap this year. So anyway, I'm gonna keep folding my laundry, and I'll check back with you later. So it is now Friday, and I have not checked in at all. I have been such a bad vlogger the last couple of days. But the house is actually quiet right now, so I thought I would close out the vlog. Austin just took Leia to dance, and Hunter wanted to go along for the ride. They've both been home all day. I think, you know, they're starting to get a little stir crazy. So yeah, I'm like, have a quiet moment. So, update. I have not completed anything. I haven't really read much at all today because, like I said, the kids have been home, so it's a little bit harder. But I have about 100 pages left of Broken Hearts, and I really have no idea who, like, the culprit is in this little mystery, because the girl that's being targeted, her name is Josie, she sucks, and there's a lot of people that don't like her, so the pool is large in terms of who is tormenting Josie and sending her these nasty Valentines, basically saying that she's gonna die on Valentine's Day. And as for the rest of the characters, there really isn't any characters, or aren't any characters in this that I like. They're all bad or annoying in some way or something. So, and it's funny because I read this book in, like, I want to say 5th or 6th grade. It was one of the very first Fear Street books I ever read, and I remember just loving it and devouring it, and I'm just taking my time with it this go around, and I have about 100 pages left, so I'm like halfway through it, I'd say. But I don't know. I don't remember who the culprit is, and yeah, I have no guesses really at this moment. But it's fun. It's a nice, like, Valentine's book to read. Hold on, I have to let Morgan in because she's whining at the door. And then as for Burial Rites, I'm about 100 pages in to this book, so I'm not super far, but it's really good so far. The audiobook narration, I don't have on hand who the narrator is, but she has a very, like, quiet and sort of, like, kind of haunting sort of voice, and she has a British accent. So I really like listening to it. Like, it sounds nice. And I guess this is based on a true story. The main character, Agnes, was a real person. She was actually the last person to be publicly beheaded in Iceland for her crimes. So, so yeah, I don't think I want to read up on it now. I think I want to finish the book first and then go read up on like the true storiness of it all. But for now, this is really good. Hi. Yes, I'm making a video. So yeah, so far this is good. And then the last book I'm reading on my Kindle, The Light of the Fireflies, I have like 100 pages left too. Like I couldn't quite finish anything this week. And that one too, like I think I said yesterday, it's just, I'm a little underwhelmed by the kind of, I guess, twist in the story. But I still want to complete the book to get the full story of what happened. So I'm still intrigued by it, but I feel like the first half was a lot stronger. When it switched to that part in the past and you started getting kind of the answers that you've been looking for, it hasn't been as good. So what are you doing? Are you trying to take my blanket? Anyway. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I have not completed anything this week. I was really hoping I would complete Broken Hearts during this vlog, but it's not going to happen. So yeah, that's been my week. I feel like this was kind of a lackluster vlog, so I apologize. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. And let me know in the comments down below what you've been reading this week. I would love to know. And I will talk with you guys later. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.